Hey, hello, hello. Screen capture. Hell yeah, there we go. How we doing today? We're gonna try and finish off Beacon Pines here. Let's see. We got to the thing at the end of the last stream where we learned what the Doomsday Countdown is basically counting to in this game. So that's cool. Neat little thing happened with Twitter today. The official Beacon Pines Twitter page liked my stream notification that I was playing their game, which I thought was really cool of them. So I'll probably have to shout them out once we're done. Yeah, it was super cool. So I'll probably reach out to them and be like, yo, your game's cool, thanks.
Wow.
Anyway, wow. Everything turned to ice. So now we have two branching paths that we can go try and approach. So let's see. We can go back to the good cop, bad cop situation, but instead of being chill and untying our prisoner, we could be the hard cop. Or we can go back to the bad timeline with the mutant boy, and instead of trying to fight them, which didn't work, we can try running away. I like the idea of going to the other diverging path and seeing what happens there. Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Run away.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
Excited? Yeah, for sure. I'll be keeping an eye out for their further works as well, because, like, is this, like, their first game? If so, great first outing. You can tell from the games this is the one they tried out. Oh, they have other games? It's basically the first one. Okay, cool. Well, they did really good with this so far, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for them. They had some pixel stuff. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerk. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way. We'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
We're bringing back to this, huh?
Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving.
Signs? Starring, Braveheart?
Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
That was actually pretty badass. Huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Now what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Find a way home. Ah, God, I got this asshole following me around now. Where's the Rito? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. They measuring shit in Kelvin. That means that they're serious. I was down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh, still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Don't count Iggy out yet. Okay. Even a small nudge on the equilibrium could cause a cascade. He's half mutant. He could spit acid or something. Yo, alright. Yeah, he's an X-Man. Do relax. Just a few more sights to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Okay, hold on. Wait, this is like where my house would be, right? Is my house buried under snow? Luca, are you there?
I'd almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
Is that Bowser Kier? I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
A resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks! The man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. I agree. What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. It's supposed to be cur. As in a untrustworthy cur. I can almost make out letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. An aggressive dog or one that is poorly conditioned, especially among a mangy-looking cur. Okay. Tell me this isn't just that guy. It's true. I mean, he's like a hyena. Or at least that's kind of like what he looks like, right? But maybe he's supposed to be like, just like a mutt. Step 1, Snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Anything? I mean, I assume this is gonna just say Beacon Pines. Yeah! Look at that! Wow, wow, wow.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense.
We're in Beacon Pines?
How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here?
They are puppers. Hyenas are not puppies. I assume they're like in the same, genus. I guess we got turned around?
Where'd all this snow come from?
Well, it's been colder than normal lately.
That's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape.
The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source.
You think it's related? What the hell is going on?
We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. What the heck?
It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Did this happen around the festival time? Like the confrontation with all that stuff? Or I thought this would be before that. Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The only difference between a hyena and a wolf is that the hyena is faster and stronger and heavier. Oh, cool. Both average 5 feet long. I did not realize hyenas were that big. Jeesh. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone.
What?
There's nothing here but snow.
There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking.
You can look all you want. I quit.
Iggy, we have to keep going.
You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories.
We aren't going to save the day. Wolves are omnivorous? Oh, they're not just carnivores? I know that hyenas are omnivorous. They'll just eat everything.
We aren't even ourselves. We aren't even gonna save ourselves? My face is mangled. This town is destroyed, and everyone we've ever known is gone.
We don't know that. We can't just quit.
Do whatever you want.
Hyenas are carnivorous. Oh, I had it backwards then, I guess, huh?
Do whatever you want. I'm done.
Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath.
Alright. Today I learned.
Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Opportunistic predator versus an endurance predator. Today I learned. Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy. Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
Maybe don't sleep outside in the cold?
The way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming.
Yeah.
I haven't had time to say it, but thanks.
Huh?
For getting us away from those creeps. I sorta froze up back there.
Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper.
Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right?
Of course not. Rat jam, rat jam, rat jam.
And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper.
But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done.
Huh?
I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works.
Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you?
Of course! Geez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point.
Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do.
You're an asshole because you're bored?
Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together. Laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
It says in Israel's desert prey that is so scarce that hyenas and wolves will combine into the same pack. Sick. That would be horrifying to come across.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn. With his perfect little life.
My life is not perfect.
Everybody in town likes you.
Not everybody.
Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet and she already likes you.
You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with his sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca
Yup.
gave a warm chuckle.
I got that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh. It must be raining out here.
Definitely.
Arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try and get some sleep.
Yeah.
Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly.
Don't sleep outside! It's a bad idea.
Luca?
Yeah?
I always did want to see the inside of your dingy little treehouse.
What did you think?
Not bad.
I'll give you the full tour when we get back.
You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one ain't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread.
Oh, nightmare time.
Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap.
Monokuma
He
time.
stroked his hair while humming a song.
His mother held his father's head in his lap.
A voice behind Luca spoke.
Hold on one
This is
second.
how you remember them, huh?
There we go.
Luca turned to see his own face, the doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. No, it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it.
So fucking insane.
It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us.
It's very suspenseful.
The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed.
Yeah, suspenseful but not sad, you're right.
Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. No, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting.
Meow meow.
Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
Strong.
I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited.
How's it going, sport? What's up, kiddo? What's the 411, son?
Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears.
Dreams really hit you hard when you sleep in a random spot. Yeah, it's comes from the ground itself.
Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise?
Cold ass
Walt
dreams
stood up
from a cold
and
ass.
walked to the door.
Subway dumpster naps. The most comforting type of nap. How you doing, Metabreak?
I promise. With a wink and a grin.
You can swaddle yourself in the day-old, foot-long, cheesy bread. Peachy.
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
Is that a monkey?
It stood above them, lingering in contemplation.
You doing peachy? I love to hear it.
Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head.
Brah, brah. Rat jam, you thought.
From a deep slumber,
It could be a rat. You're right.
defensively.
Get your hands off me.
Oh, yeah. That's got some rat energy.
Whether it was the calming presence or
Maybe
the
a-
recognition that
maybe
he
a
was
mouse.
in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Mousy.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
Smaller rat jam. You're right.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean?
Take it easy, Iggy.
We were asleep minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads.
I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy.
You didn't hurt nobody.
Anybody.
Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, that you...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball.
Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
Ah, Nat Gem. I gotcha.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off?
Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait.
Got his ass.
Do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You don't even look up games to buy from Steam anymore, you just refer to my stream now? Hell yeah, dude. You're right, I do have impeccable taste. You might also say that.
Look, pal, we just find a safe way out of here. You gotta buy. You gonna help us or not?
Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are.
Alright, that does it.
Cult of the Lamb on your next spy list? Good choice, man. Game's a lot of fun. DLC just came out for it, too.
Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here. One way or another.
Turned sharply and began to stomp off.
There he goes. Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
They added a fucking kitchen. About time. Very well. I suppose this isn't time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eye.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Got the true ending in Hades, now waiting for the second game. Dude, I'm ready. My body is ready for Hades 2. That's gonna be like a day one purchase for sure. Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found
And it's
themselves
supposed to be
in
sometime
the
this year
same
too, I
place,
believe, right?
cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, now we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate into Weepwood, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons, but this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful.
Just give it to us straight.
So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original true Beacon Pines. Okay. What does that mean, Nat? You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless.
That's impossible. It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town.
Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. They sure did build a Shadow Cabal. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so. Why don't we just take Bikini Bottom and put it somewhere and remake it somewhere else? Yeah. Just do it again, but better. You'd think so, unless the auto was implacable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable travesties which complete the tapestry, well, we can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably.
So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed?
Also, why didn't the narrator speak there? That's like the first bit of dialogue that popped up from the book that was not narrated. Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source.
Why'd you say the source like that?
Why, indeed.
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they could.
Down at his feet, his eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
Nice catch. If this is home...
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood. What is happening? Things are getting
Chapter 6.
Twilighty, zony.
The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
It's getting all fucky wucky.
He'd given Luca and Iggy what
It's
they
true.
needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rolo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to Perennial Harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know. Luca stopped dead in his tracks.
That's his father's grave, right?
The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you, but you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Stupid VPN pop-up. Sorry.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh.
Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy.
Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Gamma? We gotta hide.
259, Kerr. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. I'm sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who loved them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Tee-hee-hee. Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime.
Look at him fucking shimmy out of the screen. Hell yeah. Guy's got moves. Here I thought I was a jerk. These disguises are out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through
Dinguses.
heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me.
Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
Gave
advice.
Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow crying like some pushover? Who you helping?
Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone.
Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass,
I should stand up for myself.
hell yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off the switcheroo for a reason, right?
That mentions something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest.
Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to this precious source, wouldn't it?
What do you have in mind?
It's small enough to seal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it.
And what if it's too big to
Iggy
smash?
flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge.
Alright, Iggy's warming up on me a little bit. I didn't count him out. Maybe I shouldn't count him out yet. I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. Alright. We're gonna look for the source. It might be at Circuit City, if I were to guess. It can get awfully cold out there in the woods, Luca. We're gonna say something, but you can't. Well, then don't. Probably best you to stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
He and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Aw, shucks, now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Yeah, get bent to that guy.
Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that?
Long story. So a few years back, I, came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff.
Why did you bury it under a tree?
That's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Rolled his eyes with realization.
He started the coop fire!
No, you
He
didn't.
stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare, but like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the look on your faces.
Rolo got grounded for months.
Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree. But when I came back for them later, they were gone. I figured some guard had found them and tossed them.
Triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us.
Unbelievable. Alright, we got some firepower. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You're a tiny poo-poo fart butt face. Got him. Absolutely got him. You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast-off, loser. You are powerless against me, Batman. I was born in the darkness, molded by it.
Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place.
Ooh. Coffee shop. Nope, can't check it out. Oh, Batman. Hurry up, Iggy.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! 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 Echo!
Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now.
But why would they dig a giant hole?
I think this is it.
This is the source? It's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole?
Found it's pretty... Oh, it is much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr! Where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
He scratched the back of his head.
It's Twitch Prime hole. Jeff Bezos is at the bottom of it. Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know.
What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge?
Oh, heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way.
Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey.
The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight.
Your smile's not gonna be winning after we're done with you.
Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. Jeff Bezos rubbing his hands, smacking his lips together on.
No pee breaks for them. All the money into the money hole.
It makes us, a professional, such as myself, embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood for a bit.
Snapped his fingers.
Scene change. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking?
Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't?
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop! Let's not do something regrettable.
Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole?
Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar.
Bup, that's far enough.
Plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool!
Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down.
What, like this?
Nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh, that... He does not look happy.
Oh.
Whoa.
Growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Oh, shit.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped.
Wu-Tang.
His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
This has got to be a decision point, right? You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back.
What channel do I use?
It doesn't make a damn difference, they're always listening.
If you know that, the clipboards will just haul us up and tag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself.
If you let us go, we both die.
I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it.
Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless, just let go? Jesus!
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
Wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Dum-dum-dum, dum-dum.
Wow, can you believe this guy?
Oh, good, I learned the hum charm.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too.
Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't gonna kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend.
Yes, you are.
Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr.
Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
I told you what you need to do with bullies.
I can't.
It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once.
Okay. Luca had no choice but to accept or refuse. Alright, I accepted it.
To accept Iggy's request.
See ya!
With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. 07s for Iggy.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. This is one of the better redemption arcs you've seen, and it's pretty quick. True. Okay, so the frost explosion that we saw at the end of Chapter 7 was from the source. And the fireworks were only a small amount of energy, which caused the ice to shoot up. But Grandma planted explosives. So she must have been trying to destroy everything for some reason. But why? We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks make the whole freeze over. That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that
We have
case.
some idea what that would look like.
Wait. Was that the narrator, like, breaking the fourth wall there? What is happening with the narrator? Anyway. It will take a good while to safely break through the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Shing! Luca Van Horn. You're going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Alright, well. I guess we're not letting Iggy go down the hole.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror. Now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head.
Alright, so this was worse.
Look on the end.
This was the worst option of the two.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Okay, so this branch is just done. The story ends there. Interesting. Alright, so I guess we gotta do the cop situation now. They run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver.
Buck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
Grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
His chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who? This is your favorite Rollo bit. Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... well, let's just say, I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't even...
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You tied me down, how on earth can I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans! What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper! To make sure everything's ready! Oh, so you're in cahoots with Grant? Grant?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord!
Head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, no, you've got it all wrong! Where is she now? She headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
Voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. Where is Operation Sparkplug?
That, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about our history museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about this source thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. This is a dang nice library. Thanks! We worked hard on it! Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Oh, Kato hung out here so much eventually they gave him a set of keys.
I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes.
They got you working for free?
It's quiet, and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want?
Fair enough.
What can I do for you all?
We need a favor.
I already told you and Rollo, I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here for more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience.
Actually, we're looking to do some research.
Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for?
That's the thing, we sorta don't know.
What do you got on this history of the town? There's the Country Record Archives.
What's in those?
Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded.
Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Chapter 8, page 69.
6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tulliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
I have read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop.
We have to keep digging.
If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of those asinine death records. Rollo Cutter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain boozed out of his
Rollo
ears.
shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a better idea, spit it out.
You sound like my sister.
You keep pushing you back. You keep pushing your luck, pal. God, I hate this voice. Oh, do you? Yeah, it wouldn't be boring country records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries
Rollo
myself.
muttered under his breath.
Stop being good at it.
You're a country record.
Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like
Slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here.
I'd love to see you try.
Hey! We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit? J. Hartford. Oh, that was my grandma's name! Oh no! Oh no! Aha! It all's coming together! My mom got splashed by the alien cum, became grandma, assumed the identity of a dead lady, and has been living at home, trying to stop all this shenanigans because it's the wish of her dead husband. Ah! The what now? She what now? Don't worry about it. That can't be right. I got lost at the cum, like we all do.
What is it?
J. Hartford. That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were two J. Hartfords. Mr. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy.
If your grand is 6 feet under, 3 towns over,
then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
I've already answered the question, Luca.
Alright, gang, I'm gonna close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it?
Almost 10. Oh crap, Pub's gonna kill me. I gotta go.
Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business.
Gran, I got you a
Luca
present.
shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Check on Mr. Tolliver in the basement. He's fucking dead. He didn't even close. Oh, there he's gone. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. I just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the
Don't eat the jam!
screwed one and shoveled a handful into his
Don't eat the jam! I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Oh no. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished when he was sent to do and left when he was gone. Go to sleep. I'm gonna just die in my sleep because of that jam I ate. Oh, she's gone. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion... With each consecutive step, his legs weakened.
Death by jam ending.
His stride began to falter.
Oh, weird.
He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
Oh, no.
Something was wrong.
Oh, really? Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move.
Fucking dead.
His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Sweet boy, what did you get yourself into? Rest now, let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
He wasn't trying to drug you. She was trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed, who's the mastermind of everything. He's the one that Perennial Harvest is working for.
Why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Because he would try and prevent her from destroying the source.
From his woozy head. Back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Knock, knock. What about my parents' room? I'm gonna have to go in there at some point, Luca. Like, that's just... You're gonna have to go in there at some point in one of these narratives. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators? Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa! Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? He looked around, but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathered at the stage. let's get moving. Look at all the characters.
Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Ahem. Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and... I suppose you already know that. Oh, yeah. Before we get started, I just want to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we would begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man.
Even that more than the old codger deserved.
He cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone!
A hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Aw, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be ashamed to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a big stack of note cards out from his vest.
Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. Oh, 1 second. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. Community. Come. And I am daggum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all here together. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip, which brought me to a small town, which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
Wiped away a single tear.
For the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community, and Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
This began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. And dead. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain
Mr.
calm.
Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Together through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We all have planted a lot of good in this town, and so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim.
Raised his hands up to the heavens.
And we were all frozen solid. Alright, cool.
At that moment, A merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again, please.
Okay. Oh, we can be a sly cop. Yep. That's the option. Okay. So instead of knocking him out, because we didn't get any information out of him. Okay.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
So Beck gets to be the interrogator this time.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that Modwill girl. Please, call me Beck. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkler has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. You never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So, it turns out we're both here
Twirled her
to...
hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to
You
finish her
know...
thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, that old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, we were gonna know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down
Beck
here.
was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusts me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good, there's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while we're stocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in the Perennial Harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells us is apples!
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Oh! It's an anagram! Nuncreed's Drugstore!
Looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's Nude Rug Store. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Alright. Uh-oh. What's up, lady? You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Tolva around, have you? Nope. He got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear, that man would be late to his own funeral.
The road leading to Beacon Pine was sort of natural.
Alright, I'm sure nothing unsavory will be hiding inside of Nuncreed's drugstore, considering we haven't been there yet. You again, Augustus. Sorry, sis. We caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this Insipid Town festival really about? I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for this town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Alice's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of this future, or be forgotten in the past? Sneeze has arrived! Hello, Sneeze! It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always be a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. How has your day been so far, Sneeze? It's nice to see you. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. Oh, wait. You been alright? What about me? Oh, you know. You're seeing it. We're uncovering more and more of the mystery of the town.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's a small pleasure in life that we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by the choice of confection. Yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I'm always wondering why Mr. Nuncreed keeps licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to learn loyalty. For some, it is as easy as cold hard cash. So long, weird child. Well, he's right. It's locked. There's gonna be more clues. Okay, let's see. Telephone booth. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Cred's Nude Rug Store! I mean, Underground Secrets! The password!
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Alright, let's see here.
Cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground Secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? Oh shit, it's... Yep. I guess we... Ah!
The phone booth dropped loose from its shell.
Oh, important thing, Sneeze. We were checking out the obituaries from our town to like try and get some information, and we found my grandma's name saying that she's been dead for 8 years. So the theory that grandma's actually mom, and she took on the identity of dead grandma. It's all linking together.
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed
That's not good.
to an
It's
effortless
that's no good.
It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth. Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue number 12 were real? Rollo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizers. And a series of tubes. Pa's always said you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? They're starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. Ha ha ha! He was the one! Quelle surprise! So have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. I'm just saying. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing? I didn't even mow I didn't even mow yet. Oh god, the brain rot. It comes to the forefront. What was that? Hide. Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Hey, look, we found him. Shit. 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 Awesome! You need to come with me now. I'm not going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them that was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Wait. Oh, Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
all of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks.
So you were his sidekick?
No. We were partners. He helped the patients, and I helped him.
Yup, total sidekick.
Creed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine came to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it.
And my dad said no.
Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then.
Classic sidekick into villain plotline.
Walt loved being righteous. Almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes, one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure to keep on saying yes, until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he still got something that got me saying yes.
Is there a point to this sob story?
Not really. No. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What?
You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose.
Juniper.
Seems like she's planning on crashing this town's party.
She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know?
Apparently she knows a lot of things.
What?
Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now! She's in danger, boy!
I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square.
The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source.
What the heck is the source?
If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's gonna freeze us all. You all need to run.
Run? Run where?
Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back.
That did not go how I expected. So... we're totally following him, right?
Totally.
See you on the other side.
You good?
Yep. I love this town.
Chapter 8.
Chapter 8.
The cold, hard truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera.
We're at
as she
Beck's
seemed to cover
POV
great
now, huh?
distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed. Only to carry
You
her
get it,
gracefully
Sneeze.
along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant,
Alright, we're in the real town again.
blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was... intense. Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did all of my shit go? This place sucks. Why would anyone ever want to blow something up out here? Only when we find out, I suppose. We gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. This looks... familiar. Yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow? No time. Nuncreed's getting away. Alright, we don't get to uncover the secret in this playthrough. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed in all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of town. Ah, I've got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rollo, stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen
Grandma, no!
they spotted Mr. Nuncreed
Sorry.
inching
Grandma,
toward
no!
a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge.
That's why she's trying to...
Stretched over the abyss.
That's why she knocks... She sends Nuncreed the spiked jam, so that he wouldn't stop her from doing this, because he appears to be the only one that's in the know of the source.
Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not gonna solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town.
It wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran. his voice growing louder.
You got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing.
How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change.
Very convenient that your way just happens to line your pockets.
No, that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
Choice time.
A blur of emotions and memories.
Alright, give me the fight option again.
Loaded with
Let me
questions.
fight Grandma.
The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
In the stillness, he began to fight. Weep or hum? I'm a cry.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just falling to his knees. Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This all makes sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall.
Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
Alright, bad end. Bad end acquired.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuating.
Always bad end. There are no good ends. Only bad ends. You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to...
Gran could finish. The ground shook her to silence.
Nah, fuck. Ah, jeez.
Only had time to spin around and run to Luca.
You see, Joseph, you simply have to... Oh, God, no, what have I
Her
done?
attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Easy. Alright, what if I were to hum instead? That appears to be the only possible branch right now. So... time to sing a little tune.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother, shivering in the raw snow. He began to hum it out loud.
Anyway, this is Wonderwall. And after all...
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely as recognition slowly set in. Her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation.
You see, Joseph, I don't know where Frozon's supersuit is. He keeps asking for it, and I just simply do not know.
The incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note. Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
Huh. Interesting. How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo. The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother.
Yeah, weird.
Only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor, I thought you were gone? You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
Oh. You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd piece it together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? I tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers were to help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until Perennial Harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then, what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. Capitalism. Coming into my small town. Building fake replica towns over top of the real town to hide a mystical voodoo hole. Ah. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. Nope, she's still getting the old lady voice. No more lies. I see now that there's a better way to stop Perennial Harvest. The cold hard
Luca
truth.
gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
You do believe that she needs a new voice now? She ain't G-Ma, she's Ma. Ah, fine. Fine. As if searching for answers. Come on, everyone, we got a party to Okay, hold on. Is she a badass now? Come on, everyone, we got a party to crash. Alright. She's badass lady spy, but trapped in an old lady body. Oh, she's badass. For sure she's badass. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago.
Ooh, flashback.
Eleanor Van Horn crouched
Bad
down
space
the maze of
ass.
sterile hallways under
Don't
Perennial
get
Harvest.
in the line of fire.
She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen. There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has dangerous secret, and a perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. The impossible they promised they could fix the fell harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated... Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you too. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... He was the mastermind the whole time! That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. The twists! The little shit! And take them away. Okay. He's an evil mastermind. No! I want them to see this! Aha! The evil, tumultuous Eleanor Van Horn! You've been quite the thorn in my side, like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I've expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter. Your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir, of course, sir. You've done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he a triumphant smile grew on his lips.
He was the dad! He's the dead founder dad! Oh my god! You can all call me Sharper
His
Valentine.
and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd.
My
This
God.
was a story about change.
What? No! Ugh! So you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Sharper Valentine Festival! Huh! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard.
Malice.
I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again.
Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward.
Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Do you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools? You should be celebrating my return. You clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy. No! No! I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give, the opportunity to prove yourself in my absence. Squandered. Furry game. Sex was 100% correct. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But in silence, Augustus, an adult is speaking. I don't know which is worse. A son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably let me down. Eris, you failed me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting my time, dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffered from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is it, Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how wonderful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because you left me no choice. You always have a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again. And I am willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Huh. You think that puffed-up Blatherskite could have accomplished any of this? Don, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and, bink this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
No! His book was in the library! Patrick C. Montesquieu, Thespian extraordinaire at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime.
Wait, so this Bill Kerr was Pat C the whole time?
Now your secret's out in the open. What's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And it will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Huh, the young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. Alright, of note, this guy really fucking likes black licorice. That's gonna be his downfall. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Like Zoink Scoo. Well, that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. You get it? It's what I wrote on the plaque of the statue of me in the city's town square. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat, let's get to work, shall we? This guy's got big CEO on fucking Zoom telling his workers to work harder energy. And so Sharper said about remaking the town in his own image.
Factory soon reopened for business.
Very true.
Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famed, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. And
Great.
this is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Okay. Alright. We've unlocked this path. Okay. Right, this is when I figured out the secret and Joseph decided to silence me. But instead, there's malice behind his eyes.
Malice lurking
Not
behind those
shame.
eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
Okay, so we're getting the intuition to get the fuck away from this man. I just want this all to be over. Of course. I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the
Twisted
treehouse.
free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Alright, Rollo's missing in this timeline. Luca. You know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Uh-huh. Righto. No! There he is! Oh, they know! They don't let you unlock that path, and they immediately throw the asshole in your way to be like, hey, you know the truth. There he is. There he is the whole time. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone... Ah. So he tricked that kid. Can I follow them? I would like to follow them. Alright, I guess they're just gone. Alright, we gotta go check for Rollo. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Mowdwell? I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Keir said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Wow. You get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junkin', son. Evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junkin'? I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Bah. Ever since Pearl Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded papers and coffee cups. Well, I better get going. Well, I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Jeff's the coolest. He's gonna be the key to blowing this whole thing wide open. We're gonna give him black licorice. He's gonna shove it into the old man's mouth, into the dog's mouth, and he's gonna choke on it. And that'll be it. Nothing to say, kid? Alright. Hey, Judson. Have you seen Rollo come this way by any chance? Afraid not. As elusive as the fish in these here pond. Rollo.
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag.
Is this the one where
He conceded to its
Beck
own
got
embrace.
splashed by the fertilizer gunk and now has like the tuft of gray hair? I think that's this path.
Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
This time, he knew exactly where to go.
Anyway.
He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. You made me proud, Buckaroo. Luca turned to face him. Dad, what is this place? A warm grin grew across his father's face. A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together.
Okay, so like how in tune with these multiple timelines is Luca actually? Because these dreams are making me think that he's like remembering stuff that happened to other Luca.
Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. That's up to you. Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real? Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me. Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. And you? The doppelganger choked back tears. I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone. Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. I think so. His father pulled him in for an embrace. Time to go, buckaroo. Luca was startled from his dream by a big
I think it's supposed to be like at you coming to adulthood, you have these memories that don't make sense as you go down a certain path. Okay. Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below.
Oh.
Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door... Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
So it's like he has the memory in all paths, but he doesn't have full comprehension like he would at the end of the path. Ah, gotcha. It's Rollo's dad! Stop right there. Or I'll...
Sheesh. I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me.
Who are you?
The large
Wait, no! It is Rollo! Oh my god! Stop now or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat.
Whoa. Take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo.
Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he?
Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me.
If it's really you, prove it.
Flamin' Chicken Coop Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo, only bigger, older, chained.
How? What happened to you?
When I was running away...
Okay.
When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away.
What? Where did they take you?
Don't know. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big, look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right?
This is like Tom Hanks in Big. It's just a boy in a man's body.
I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower, but beggars can't be choosers.
Rollo, it wasn't just your hands.
My feet, too! Dang! Paul just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo!
Rollo, what did they do to you?
They made me drink some sort of green crud?
You.
Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice.
Ah.
I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped.
Whoa, you smashed open a cage?
Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur.
The forced guzzle. Ew. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it.
Fix it? This is awesome!
Well, I'm just glad you're safe now.
Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We finally have a lead on what happened to your family.
Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous.
Danger? Huh.
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all out.
Hey fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah! Take cover!
Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I don't know where else to go. So you're just gonna hang out with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend. One and the same. He seems a little old.
I'll have you know this is a recent development.
What the heck does that mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here.
That's fair. How did you find us? Your city little treehouse?
I think you mean our silly little mission control.
I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. I could hear you racket from a mile away.
See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here.
Not now, Rollo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try and salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay. Just need to play cool and hope no one notices. Notice what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is gonna take forever to grow out. You're the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck. He is! Him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough for her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We are in the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town that's not different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what you can do to about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But, not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. But that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom.
Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded.
No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look.
Great, we can go back to the story now?
The next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial into something worth listening to. Called shot. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr. Yes, I'm busy. When is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. Oh, one moment. Hello, sir. It's nice to hear from you.
Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on the new lead research of deep engineering?
Nellie Boudwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Did you get that her predecessor was Dr. Fanhort? Oh, I did not. Oh no. But the body that was dumped in there. Okay. So the body that was dumped in there had a name tag that said that it was like the head of engineering or whatever. Our dad was a doctor. But Beck's mom is filling in for the engineering position. So I'm very confused about that then. Anyway. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she's finished the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to Perennial Harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh? It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I have make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You are only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah.
Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder?
A quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know.
Nah, as far as we know, Kira's top banana at Perennial Harvest.
He sounds scared. You sounded scared of this founder guy.
So we have an even topper banana on the field.
You think it's the same department. It could be wrong about him being a doctor or whatever. Well, yeah, but he was... I thought when we, like, snooped through Grandma's basement, we found, like, a folder full of his documents, and he was a doctor? Yeah, and then, Joseph said that my dad was a father as well, or was a doctor as well, and he was a pharmacist, and it was like a match made in heaven. I don't know. Who the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue to work for someone she respected.
Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was...
the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense.
Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended.
I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens.
That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after that?
The creep on the radio said that they were going to hold on to her until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help.
You have blueprints.
Well, it's really just a welcome map for my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout.
Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Rolo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6: The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, this could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rolo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in one day, and they each had their assignments.
Alright, quick recap. Rolo, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust.
Me? Cordial is my middle name.
Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your new
Vaguely at Rolo's sizable figure.
circumstance?
Bah, she'll be so happy I'm alive she won't even notice.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Iona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie's in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Geoff and then Iggy. Jeff and then Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed.
Enlist the help of Jeff. Enlist the help of Iggy and Tish. Where you at, Jeff? What's up, kid? No Jeff. Guess we'll talk to the narrator. Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. Wow. I admired the conviction. But can he really pull through? You better believe it, lady. Jeff! Hey, Jeff. What can I do for you? Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I mean, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break into their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
Now, you see, I knew you kids were all right.
Great, so you help?
The joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance.
But
Give me one good reason I should risk my hide to buy it and aid and abet in you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word.
Shit.
Shit! Yeah, it's all shit. Still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit?
Luca wasn't ready. He shouted out.
Fight! Not enough fighting for one lifetime, more than my share of losing. Time's coming to hang up the gloves.
Okay, but what about junk? Junk!
Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I got more junk than King has copper. Ain't interested.
Hide!
Jeff's brow perked up.
What'd you say?
Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do, but you'll never hear him say I hide from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed?
Some sort of disguise.
I got just the thing.
And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy.
This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour gob should cover it.
Put it on my tab.
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by my first thing in the morning.
Alright. We got Jeff on board. All I had to do was call him a coward. Alright, Iggy.
Hey, Tish, look who it is. Luca, are you here to try tickle us to death again?
Look, just hear me out.
Raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening.
Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each other,
Gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong.
but lately life has been kinda strange, you know?
He considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we break our hostilities, at least for now?
We do like breaking things. Even if a truce means less, breaking things.
What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff?
Go on.
I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed.
And after all this is done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause
With a
chaos.
quick nod, Luca was off.
Look at that. Easy as pie.
Did you hear that, Tish?
He gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the
A single
treehouse.
tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. How wonderful. How wonderful.
She spoke.
Chapter 7. Into the Hive. A good heist requires preparation, and thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. We are locked and loaded on my end. And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
Rollo is
Rollo
anything
took
if
3
not
forced
confident.
breaths and shook out his arms.
Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning. Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder could be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. A harvest awaits and
With a
such.
stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
A harvest awaits. Package here for the founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about... Yeah, this is a need-to-know kind of thing. I'll just check...
And flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see! If you could just complete this form.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Apollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits! Sir, that's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir? Our harvest awaits!
Ready to light the candle, Tish?
Yup.
Suck on this perennial ham fist.
What was that?
Distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I got a job to
The
do.
clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. Phew. That was close.
Our harvest awaits?
Hey, I figured, when in doubt, stick with the classics.
Well, that was a close one. But you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone. Knows what to do? Yep, deep engineering is to the north.
I'll go with Beck. In case you need some muscle.
I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. Locate the founder's office. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. Yeah, they just bend underneath it and turn the tab and drink. Paper cups cost money. We know it's trying times, everyone, but we gotta all work together to make sure to pinch them pennies. Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca, what are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay.
Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in a hazmat suit?
Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran.
Dang, okay, we should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We?
Yeah, Rollo and Becker are heading to deep engineering.
Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here.
We can't just leave yet.
But they'll catch us again.
I have to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder?
Founder? Why are you looking for him?
I'm not. I just need to get into the office.
Now that you mention, I do think I saw a door that said Founder.
God damn it.
It was just down this way.
I happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. It's pretty lucky that it ran to you, or else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute.
I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mined a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy.
Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel.
Great timing. We've stuck at a locked door marked 24601. Need you to get us through.
What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
Wait, how did I learn that secret? Should I know that in this timeline? We learned that passphrase on the entirely other timeline. What the hell? How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rollo heard when he was down here before. Ah! Okay, cool. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder uses such a basic password. Or they're thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into
Your powers of deduction are impressive as your own luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rollo, I think this should do it.
Bing bang, door open. Luca, you never fail to impress.
What is that slippery lout even doing down here? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out.
I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we've got company. Luca, we must go faster.
One sec, I can't think with all this noise.
Skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 13806. Go, go, go!
Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca.
Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Knock it over.
Oh man, no water cups.
Rollo! Rollo, are you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're
With
trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run.
Rollo, where are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-razzlers are coming with us.
No. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there after them.
Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase.
I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rollo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them?
How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now.
Mom! Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist slap kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend?
Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew.
Ugh. Awful. Awful. No, that's not possible.
Leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars, consistent with Tempest laquamine exposure.
Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink?
You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on in this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempest liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infused small amounts of Tempest Leucomine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. But it led to complications.
The foul harvest.
Perennial Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest Leucomine is rebellious.
Rebellious?
You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists. Yes, I can relate to that. My role is to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Okay, different name. Harnessing Tempest Leucomine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
Nellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle? I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes.
Oddities?
They contain obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them, and
now I get to replace my entire wardrobe.
I really am truly sorry.
Meh, those clothes are all hand-me-downs anyway.
It sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I'd consider that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio.
It's why we gotta get you out of here.
I just...
Like, now.
Wait, the vial! I finally solved the chemical equation, allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. Ugh! Okay, yeah, we know what that does. All the more reason we gotta hightail it.
Luca, we got Dr.
Moodwell.
Heading your way now.
Roger that, be careful. Alright, everything's on track.
And what is your plan for escape?
We'll go over everything when we get there. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info? Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even his alcohol is there again.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
I should just smother you right now. What was that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're not bothering me at all. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. It looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. You were smoking in a child's body? That'll stunt your growth. Don't you know that, Solomon? I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. Well, you needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We gotta get you out of this. I promise.
Subtle, quivering lip. A smile crawled across Solomon's. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hall.
You also smoke in a child's body. Just blow smoke directly into them. They make for great ashtrays.
Lock it, lock it, lock it!
Locked.
That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards.
We barely got away. Did they follow you? Rollo.
Before we start tossing blame around, it is possible someone ordered a pizza?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now?
Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We'll just have a few quick questions.
Just let me think. Can someone watch the door?
Of course.
Great. He's gonna unlock it. Everyone else huddle up.
Oops. I think this little caper has gone on long enough.
Solomon, no!
Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modwell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have correspondence. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial Harvest, Valentine Fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly.
But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha! Yes! Now you've got it.
Tempest Liquimine, you discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Modwell, very good! Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work. Which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder of the world.
Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable.
Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand.
Actually, we do. You just said a whole evil villain monologue-y thingy about it.
Casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a
He
taste.
the vial mockingly.
Seize him!
Luca! Over here! Move another inch, and I smash it.
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine. Risk killing us all. Or, if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
Pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be
A
harmed.
deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way this
She
ends.
looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it.
We can't trust that jerk.
I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Okay. So she pulled some kind of bait and switch there, I'm guessing. Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
Blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve.
And don't forget to smile.
Yes, sir.
And to think, all of this thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, you silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn? Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be part of something great. But the fool was blinded by righteousness.
He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he doesn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue.
After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three keep posts outside the door. Well, crap.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind.
I can't believe Specs sold us out like that.
I'm not sure she had any other choice.
So what now? What's the plan?
I don't have one.
Of course you do. You always have a plan.
Rollo.
You just need some time.
Rollo, it's over. We lost. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just... we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Alright, I guess I gotta talk to Mom now. To Chipmunk Mom? I think that's what she is. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note, hidden in a false drawer.
What sort of note?
Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short. So he left behind a letter, with the hope that it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents... Luca, I think they were meant for you.
Why? What did it say?
It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an incident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempus liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work.
And it cost him his life.
That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
Here comes Grandma!
Chapter 8, Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo.
Okay. So this is how the source doesn't get nuked. Is because Grandma has to use the explosives to break us out.
With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Badass Grandma. Gran, what are you doing here?
Luca, what are you doing here?
We're here to save Nellie.
We're here to save Rollo.
Hey, Miss Lucas Gran. That's awfully nice of you. But I'm fine.
Oh no, what did they...
Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we have dispensed with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We gotta stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No!
Well, I guess that's it. We lost.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his Wonder Potion with a little... Okay. Malice? I feel like this will lead to a bad end, but I kind of want to see what happens.
I might have tweaked his Wonder Potion with a little malice.
Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yep. Dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a...
Oh no! Oh no! Well, that's what I call 80 proof whiskey. You murdered him! Damn, dude. Achievement unlocked. Pop goes the weasel.
Gazed in stunned silence at the
Hey,
now
counterfeit.
empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Okay. Yeah, this feels like the last ending. Okay. Let's go with junk.
I might have tweaked his one.
I think change is going to be the correct answer because that's been kind of like an overarching theme for the game. Can't wait to see that look on his face and he realizes he drank his own cigar ash.
How did ashes get into the vial?
It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyway.
I always say bad habits are like 50-yard field goals.
Huh?
Hard to kick.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
Body and face began to...
Well, he got Thanos snapped in this one.
Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines, a new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
Let's go for the best ending.
I might have tweaked his Wonder Potion with a little change.
Like, pocket change?
Your unlucky penny! Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that gotta do? No idea. That's the beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and
Holy crap, he's a baby.
Yeah, he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child.
This is weird. This is weird ending.
She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we...
We do what all Valentines always do. What must be done? I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, young Sharper.
That would be a great help, thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now. Well, we just figured out how to make people younger, so maybe we can make Grandma and Rollo younger again.
Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn, his mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Subnautica, add it to the suggestion pile. Yo, Koro! How's it going, my dude? Thanks for the sub. 4 months, hell yeah, dude. Much appreciated. Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. Or is he young now? It's a beautiful day in Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute. What is good, Koro?
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage.
Okay, so that closet's never gonna be
Eleanor
opened.
had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
You got a falafel wrap? Dude, excellent news. That's some of the best things I've heard all day. Ah, she's still old. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me. I'll meet you there. I've got a bunch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing. But now, I enjoy it. We're just about finished up with this game, Koro. You came in right at the end. Maybe that's a good thing. It's I would recommend going into it. It's a fun little story. Can I go see Dad? It looks adorable. This dude is very cute. Oh. Huh. We moved his grave. Achoo. Yeah, it's very cute. I heard you and Rollo had a big plan for the little wet treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity 1 Rollo, 1 Luca rule. So we decided to expand. But at least we got some help with that. How's the internship at Nelly and Iona's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at State. Yo, you back. You're right in time for the end, Nick. No, Subnautica has not been added to the pile yet. What's this about bacon pies? You showing up right at the end, Zavis. You're here for the epilogue. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't mean grow, literally. The morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Yeah, we just finished baking the bacon pies. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. So yeah, tomorrow, truly blessed. Tomorrow is gonna be the last two bosses of Sekiro, and then I'm thinking on Saturday I'm gonna try and do a fresh save file of Sekiro to completion, because based on how my playthrough of the game has gone, getting back up to where I was, I think I could do it in a single stream. It might have to be long, but I kind of want to try it. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going?
Couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Iona and Nella for letting me help. It just wasn't built to be mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's next?
Final harvest collapsed. Most of the clipboards skipped town, but some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices. You can count on us!
Well, it looks like you really found your calling.
I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this, right here, this is something I can be proud of.
What's up, dude? Luca, get this! I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yeah, an honest to goodness. Flip-flopping, swim-swamming fish. I don't think I ever caught an actual fish here. Been at least 7 years since I've caught one. I'd say it's a good omen. What'd you do with the fish? Oh, I released it back into the pond. I'm hoping to catch it again tomorrow. A little higher.
Yup.
A little lower.
Yup.
Little higher.
Yup. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle?
Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign.
Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back.
Who, me?
Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yep. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine.
If we really want mission control to turn to something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit.
You're right. Lead the way.
Check in with Beck at her house. Hey, man. How's the napping this morning? The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view's getting greener every day. Nice. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do, and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is, go slow and fix things.
Amen to that. Right on, brother.
How's your dad, baby? Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon, or Sharper, doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I. So we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, you know, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modwell, and she finds that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intent and purposes, this child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. Two activities I'm endeavoring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you're doing a great job. And the whole town is ready to help out wherever we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw a baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Get it? Because the book she was reading was basically this. It was all this. Luca, did you want a biscotti? On the house. I don't really have time. Cyril, you gotta come and see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Ah, Lumi, if I didn't know better, I'd think you're proud of something. As if. No. It's too late. You are now officially a person that cares. Fuck. Shit. Hey, Luca, can you find Roxy? I'll be free in an hour. Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for summer. He said it builds character. I think he means to say it builds calluses. Builds character. Yeah, it builds something, alright. My resentment for my father. Hold on. Alright, good.
Luca, can I interest you in a delicious apple?
He playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello.
Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam?
Already?
It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the back, terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor's Van Horn's famous spy jam.
Wow, back for seconds? It was not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It served no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Ah? That's the developers, like, giving a nudge. Like, yeah, the game may not be long, but it was pretty great, right? I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to the reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter. I didn't know about all that. A story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals sort of writes itself if you think about it. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. Ha, we both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it a reporter's intuition.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? It's 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility.
Excuse me. Would you be so kind as to take my order?
2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgetting obligations.
Oh, excuse me. I'd love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends. I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on vacation? For the first time in years. And I got you and your mom to thank. Why's that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone. Just like old times.
It's fine, I'll wait.
Yeah, ignore that guy. He's being too demanding. What's today's news that needs knowing?
I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, a.k.a. William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Well, I guess he was plenty of time to work on his craft. He went to jail for his crimes. Hey, Mr. Duncreed. I'm gonna see my dad in a bit. Did you want to come with?
Even after everything I did, you'd still...
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Well, you always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you.
I'll visit Walden my own time. You run along now.
How'd you get in here? There's a cat in the room. Yeah, alright. Good boy.
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come on, come out.
They swim.
No one's too big, no one's too small. For Geoff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next?
Children.
Guess what? Yesterday I saw a Dynest Titius.
And that's good?
It's great! I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become the bug capital of the community.
Butt in the chat. Oh yeah, oh yeah? Come on, buddy. There you go. Oh, he's the bug guy. Gotcha. There you go. Are you good? Alright, buddy. Just lie down. Oh good, they cleaned up the ooze. Sup, Beck? This is why I don't let you in here very often. You're very disruptive. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I packed my last box. You're officially moved in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. It sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I've decided this place is root-worthy. You're going to be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Really? Oh, ready. Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. We're taking the tree. My mom has prepared this tree, especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just what the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of old Beacon Pines. And thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. When you're ready, take Geoff's wild ride to old Beacon Pines. Let me down, Jeff.
Ah, you got it. Now that's a good-looking tree. Being a special occasion or whatnot, this ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang on tight to that little tree.
Checking out the Bibble. Nice, nice.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. A good little tree.
The best little tree.
Thank you, children. This means a lot.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
Shucks. I only did what a super awesome best buddy would have done. We should have probably given you some time alone now. You good?
Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling?
Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello.
I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know. You didn't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We're a trio now. Dude, come on. Yeah. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you're a part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh, God. It won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. I've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. You've got some good friends. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're gonna forget him? Did I just join the street gang? No, we were already the street gang. Forget what he looks like. Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I knew he would have loved this one more, because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modwell said that over the next 2 years this place should warm up, so you won't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. But that didn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. The end? Achievement unlock. Close the book. That was a cute little game, Nick. Thank you for the suggestion on it. There's not really there's like only a few things you can really commentate on when it comes to like a visual novel, right? But like the presentation on it was awesome. The writing was whimsical, fun, but also had like a good amount of tension, string in at the points that it needed to. The mystery was drip feed at like a good enough pace that it kept you guessing, but also like gave you enough that you could predict, which I like a lot. The music is very good as well. But I mean, and the way they decided to present the story was super unique. Though I mean, like by the end of it, it felt like it never got to the point where I couldn't advance the story. It's like it's a cool idea, but ultimately it's just like a fancy package with which to deliver the story more than anything. But it did make for like interesting things where like you're given information throughout the story that the characters then forget when you go to a different path line, but they've like structured it in such a way that they know that you know certain things, which is super cool because it's like it gives you this whole sense that like, yeah, I know more than the characters do here, which was really showed in that one scene where the founder, Solomon, we knew that he was the bad guy because of, like, we had played one of the other endings. But, like, the characters still didn't know, so the fact that, like, we ran into him while we were trying to, like, sneak underneath him made for, like, some good dramatic irony. And you couldn't get that kind of storytelling if you told it in a more traditional way. You love Pulp Fiction. Yeah, Pulp Fiction's awesome. I hope this game did well. It seems like it doesn't have, like, a super huge following from what I saw. But it also only came out in, like, September of last year, right? So it's not even that old of a game. It was on Game Pass. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it was fun. If you are in the stream right now and you didn't get a chance to, like, play through or see all of it, you can either, like, check out the VODs or get the game yourself and support the developers so that they make more shit, because it was good, and it'd be nice if they got the support and the urge to do more, because I would definitely do another thing by them, or watch another thing. Do I think Brungo would enjoy it? I don't know. He's a bit jaded. Like, he thought the story in Celeste was really corny, and I don't know. I think it's a good story. I think it would be worth suggesting for him to play it. But also, like, has he played... I guess he played, like, Danganronpa and a few other visual novels, so it's not unbelievable. What the heck? Alright, cool. Credits done. Okay, so we can just, like, replay certain parts of the story if we wanted to, but... Alright. We're all done here. We've only got... We're, like, 40 minutes early on where I would normally end the stream, but I think that's fine. Oh, you can get to the end without doing everything? If you have, like... Can you? Or get the rest of the achievements. That's true. Don't even know, like, what achievements still need to be got. How many? I got 9 out of 11. Alright, hold up. What am I missing? The fisherman one. And the... Okay, so doing the 2 mini games is what I haven't done. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to bother with it. Sneeze, are you still here? If not, we're going to go raid someone else. Tomorrow is going to be more... It's going to be the last 2 bosses of Sekiro. And then Saturday, yeah, I think I'm going to try and do a full playthrough of Sekiro in a single stream. So it'll probably be, like, longer than normal on Saturday, but I kind of want to try it. Because I think it could be fun. Alright. I'm going to... let's go raid a bongo. And that's where we'll call the stream for today. Start a raid. Thanks to everyone who hung out and watched the playthrough. I hope you... Thank you for introducing it to me, Jack. It was awesome. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I will catch you later. Peace.